And speaking of parlays, it is time, my friends, to get us back on track. I don't know if you guys heard this. I have personally guaranteed that the Parlay Pals will get back on track this Saturday. I am guaranteeing victory.
Is this just for yourself or
no? This is for the entire unit. This reminds me of Patrick Ewing back in the day. He used to always guarantee victory. The New York Post used to make fun of him sometimes when he wouldn't get it right, but he kept going back to the well. Of course, most famously, Mark Messier, prior to Game 7, he guaranteed victory and the Rangers got it done. I am pulling a Messier.
Joe Namath?
Joe Namath, of course. That's a big one. I was thinking New York. Yeah, man, Joe Namath, New York.
New York Jets.
Yeah. We're winning. We are winning.
Are you upset that Mohamed Mokaev has moved beyond minus 1,000?
Ah!
No longer take it.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I was like, thank God, Mohamed.
Nah, he's minus 1150.
No.
I mean, well, first of all, two things on that. Actually, a few things. I have a few things on this. One, like he's fighting a Canadian. Come on. You got to...
Listen, I don't care. When it comes to getting back on track...
Two, I mean, there's props. There's props that you can make with Muhammad here. And three, I love how we just gloss over the Post used to make fun of him when he would get them wrong. You're like guaranteeing, but then pointing to the fact that he would get them wrong. Like
sometimes
we're not getting this wrong.
We're not getting it wrong. We're not getting it wrong.
I like the confidence.
But by the way, on Monday he was under minus 1,000.
He was, yeah.
Mother effer.
Yeah.
According to who? DraftKings?
Every book. Yeah, DraftKings was actually like the last book to have him under 1,000. And as of this morning, he was still under 1,000. Oh, man, I wonder if he's going to hang on. He did not hang on. He is currently minus 1150.
This is such a disappointment. I was so excited.
Yeah, I said at lunch, I was like, all right, so we can already chalk in Mokaev for Rawani. You took him at UFC London. I had a feeling you were high.
Oh, 1,000%. And by the way, the rest of the card is pretty much a bunch of, minus 175s plus 150s.
Yeah.
In that range.
There's some close ones on this
Not easy. Got to get fancy with it with some props.
This is a bummer. All right.
We ready to do the order? We'll throw it in the old parlay randomizer, and here we go.
Watch me get first.
There we go.
Frankie.
What was that,
Rick,
Ariel?
Connor, Eric.
I didn't want to because I was just thrown off here. I mean, I was going to pick.
Do you want me to trade with you? Or?
No, I'm good. I'm totally good. By the way, where can I see these props, by the way?
If you go on sportsbook.draftkings.com.
Yeah.
At the top, total rounds.
Ariel, you use best fight odds, right?
Yeah, but you don't see the props
where you
there.
Usually look. You can. On the right side, there's little arrows that you can expand and see the props.
Oh.
Also, while Ariel tries to find that, Frank, we actually have some breaking news here.
Oh.
Big stuff from DraftKings Sportsbook. So instead of just being essentially forced to ride the parlay with us, you can make your own if you want to. It's a stepped up parlay. So the way it works is you add your picks, and with each pick that you add, you get a bigger boost. So if you start at a 3-leg parlay, you get a 20% boost. 4 legs, 25%. All the way up to 10 or more legs, you can get up to a 100% boost. So whatever kind of parlay you want to build out, it's on you. Or you can, choose to ride with us. Either way, we're getting you the boost.
Wow, that's fun. Also, this arrow thing that you just told me about is really fun. I had no idea this was there this whole time.
Oh my God, you've been looking at Best Fight Odds for the last year.
This thing is incredible.
You can see the props across all the.
I never would have gotten any of them wrong had I been.
Oh my God. That's the ticket. So it's my pick, right?
It is your pick,
Frank's
Frank.
pick,
Kick us off, man.
There are a lot of people to pick from. A lot of money lines, but I'm going to go with a prop. I'm going to take Aljo over 2.5.
Oh, wow. That's interesting.
Aljamain Sterling, TJ Dillashaw over 2.5.
Wait, is this just Aljo or both?
That fight
Thank you
over.
for correcting.
The fight goes over 2.5.
So that's interesting because I'm looking here. Wow, there's a whole new world that I've just been exposed to.
Whole new world, bro.
There's a over 1.5 and a 2.5. Why are you going 2.5, not 1.5?
Because I know it'll go over 2.5.
Wow, he's that confident. You
Jeez.
could have taken the 1.5.
Better odds. Yeah.
You could take over 1.5 in Chukagian Figueroa, Ariel.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, how do you feel about that pick, GC?
Wait.
I mean,
All right, I'm just asking. I just wanted to know. Okay, fine.
That's how I feel.
It's gonna be sweaty. I mean, TJ Dillashaw, he's got the most knockouts as a champion in bantamweight history. I mean, he's got the power in the hands.
Full disclosure, by the way, I was looking at 1.5. That's why I was asking.
All
right.
1.5 is safer for sure.
Yeah, I'm just curious, like why,
We gotta, put a little bit of skin in the game. So
yeah, I also just personally
can't always just
guaranteed.
go hide under the.
Just trying to get safer out here, Frank. What do you got in your Rick? Oh wait, is it who's next?
It is Rick.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
Rick
I think it is me, right?
Yep.
Okay. I'm deciding between two. Doing this on the fly.
Wait, what?
I really want to take one, but no, it's because it's this one I really have wanted to take for a long time, but then it's bitten me over and over.
Think about the parlay.
Think about the guarantee.
Most confident pick on the card.
Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna do it.
Wow.
I'm just gonna do it. I'm going with money line Islam Makhachev.
Wow.
He did it.
He did.
Sorry.
He did do it. Wow, that throws a wrench in the party.
Why?
I was gonna go fight doesn't go.
Wow. Wait, are you not allowed? No, do the same fight.
I think we're not allowed because of the same fight. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we could technically do Islam inside the distance. I guess that would be a little combo.
If we're starting to get dicey at the end, I had another pick, but you know what? Like, and the reason I say it's bitten me is like I've been predicting the demise of Charles for a long time. I've been picking everybody against him, and he's been making me eat crow. And here I go again, just picking Islam, and Charles is gonna kick me in the face and shut me up.
Well, I'll take the super chalk. I'll find something else here. I just mentioned it, with Ariel talking about the over 1.5. So why not just take some big juice here? I'll take Chukagian Fierro over 1.5 minus 750.
That was fine. That is that is the lock of the night. That is the lock of.
No.
Oh my God! I saw that and I was like, please God, no one take that fight. That's a great pick. Yeah, that's a great pick.
There's some other things that you could do here.
Yeah, I guess. All right. So you're saying what is it? Over 1.5?
Over 1.5. So right now we're sitting at over 2.5 Sterling Dillashaw, Islam Makhachev, and over 1.5.
Yep.
Plus 116 is where we stand.
Yeah.
Scramble mode. You wanted to be last.
I mean, there's some Mokaev props, like,
No, listen.
Look around here.
I'm looking around. Chill out. Jeez. I mean, you got to give me a second. I was gonna pick that one. It was on the tip of my tongue. Can I tell you something that I'm leaning towards?
Yeah,
I'd like to hear it.
Leaning towards Brady Bilal over 1.5. Okay, just got to shrug.
I don't hate that.
2 wrestlers. I mean, I parlayed that up.
I'm looking at Carl Hossa. Just money line.
Yeah.
Money line.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Lena Landsberg's 40. Hasn't won a fight in 3 years.
Yeah.
You do get that pressure, though, that Frank mentioned last week of the first fight of the night.
Yeah, it doesn't feel good.
Or if it wins, then you're like, all right, mine's out of the way.
Great. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I also have to look into the future, and I know if Ariel hits his pick and one of us doesn't hit, he's going to be like, I made the guarantee.
You know what? I feel like I'm being branded as not a team player. I'm not that guy. I'm just trying to boost morale here a little bit, all right? All right. You know what's interesting? Can I just ask, on the best fight odds, when you go on the drop down, there's actually no over 1.5 for Hossa Landsberg.
Every fight's not going to have it.
I can tell you it's minus 550.
On DraftKings?
On DraftKings Sportsbook right now, yeah, it's minus 550.
Wow.
Hossa Landberg, same thing for Bilal and Brady. They're both minus 550 over 1.5.
There is something nice about not having to root for a winner, but just like rooting for the fight to go a certain length. Because I don't want to root for anyone to lose. I'm not that kind of guy.
There's pros and cons.
Yeah.
There's pros and cons.
Okay.
2 people can bust your parlay in each fight.
That's true. I'm going to go... Oh, God. Hossa winner or distance?
Over 1.5 is what you're saying? Or distance?
Over 1.5.
I'll let Rick make the choice.
What? I get to make 2 picks in the parlay?
I like the pressure.
I want you to pick what you
I want Ariel to choose.
Okay, fine. Let me just ask the YouTube chat just 1 second.
No. This last time that was a disaster.
Go with your gut, man. What?
You go with your gut. Last time you went against your gut.
What's deep down in your
Carol Hosa's my
money
pick.
line.
Money line.
Oh, that brings us to plus 184. And as I mentioned, if you don't like these picks, you can make your own stepped up parlay. Don't know why you wouldn't like these picks though. We've guaranteed victory.
And we're boosted, right?
Let me tell you.
Oh yeah,
one of the other ones I was thinking about.
Yeah.
Well, the other one that I was thinking about instead of Islam was Krylov and Uzdemir under or doesn't go to decision. One of those two, because I feel like that one's going to be a slugfest. And
I mean, Krylov does not go to decisions. 34 of his 37 fights.
Although I think did he go last time? But he
had like a streak of 3 decisions in a row, but those are the only 3 times he's ever been in the 37 fights he's fought in.
That was my other one. That was the one I liked. But you know what? I'm gonna pick Islam and live with the results here.
It's always fun to have one in the main event, and we got co-main too. So over 2.5.
No one touching Jan O'Malley.
It's a hard one.
Dicey.
It's a hard one to figure out. It's a hard one.
I can't lie. Going into it, this was not the parlay I was expecting.
What were you expecting?
I don't know what I was expecting, but Karol Hossa over 1.5. Fiorot Chookagian, Islam Makhachev.
Wait, no. By the way, mine's just Karol Hossa money line.
Yeah.
Oh, you said over 1.5
for Chookagian Fiorot.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Then Islam and then Sterling Dillashaw. Plus 184.
Here we
I
go.
feel good about it.
That's pre-boost, right?
Pre-boost.
So the boost will probably get us into the 2s, right?
It definitely will. And then, as mentioned, stepped up. The more legs you add, the bigger the boost you're going to get.
All right, here we go. Now I'm dying to know who you're picking as far as the actual card is concerned. By the way, is New York Rick going to be on the watch party?
Oh yeah, Rick will be there, I guess.
Oh, I was trying to do a little bit of
the surprise thing, and you just gave it away.
I was going to say. I mean, you asked.
Well, he did the shrug shoulder. He was trying to tease it. Yeah. And is there a chance that that mysterious Frank's identity will be revealed on the?
No,
okay,
not going to happen.
By the way, you're supposed to say.
Yeah, just
stay tuned. Jeez Louise. It's your first time doing this?
Yeah, it actually is my first time.
Yeah, it is.
I've really messed this up. Huh? I've botched this promo.
We got to build the drama.
Maybe Rick will be in. All right, here's the real question. Is Rick going to be in studio?
Oh.
Because I don't know the answer to that question.
You could work. I mean, probably.
We will see.
Okay, wow.
Is he bringing the baklava?
Am I bringing some?
How good is Mogador, right?
I mean, I was the one who recommended it.
You were.
Of course, it's the best.
I'm gonna look like it's gonna look legit if me and Frank go there Saturday morning.
What do you mean? Is it gonna look legit?
Also, I mean, that's just a good spot. Like that's a date spot. Amazing. That's a great dinner spot.
All right. I'm locking it in. I'm gonna see if I can get a resi. Maybe call ahead.
We are doing the Manhattan location.
Manhattan, correct.
Oh, can't speak to that. Have you ever been to the beach?
No.
Wow.
Only Brooklyn.
You really think that? A few miles.
Their website seems pretty confident in their Manhattan location, I have to say.
Where is it?
There you go.
Downtown?
Yeah, it's near NoHo, Avenue A. It's a little bit off the way from Katz.
Katz is.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, let us know how that goes. Now let's see your picks.
Yeah, let's do it. Buckle up. 10 singles, 4 parlays. So I'll keep it brief, keep it blurby on some of these. I start with Karol Hossa, the woman that you just picked. I took her earlier in the week. Lena Landsberg is 40. She hasn't won a fight in over 3 years. She landed one significant strike across 15 minutes against Sarah McMahon back in 2020. By no means do I think Karol Hossa is a world beater. The bantamweight division isn't necessarily stacked, but I do think she will beat Lena Landsberg in this situation, so I'll ride with her. Next up, we've got Makayev Gordon going under 1.5. We're going to keep the flyweight under trend going.
Wow.
I mean, it's been money for us. We're getting our first under 1.5, though. That's going to be a good test for it to see if it really is the lock like we believe it is. I mean, Mokaev, over 1,000 at pretty much every sports book. He's not the biggest finisher in the world, but he does have finishing capabilities. And a reason that I'm a little bit more confident in it is if you look at who he's fighting. Malcolm Gordon, 10 of his last 11 fights have gone under 1.5, win or lose. 3 of those have been losses, and 9 of those 10 ended in the first round. So would not be surprised if Mokaev ended up getting a submission or maybe a ground and pound TKO and ended this one early. Next up, Petrosian Dobson, under 2.5. AJ Dobson, I mean, he comes in here with reckless abandonment. He comes in here swinging. He looks to end fights. 6 of his 8 fights have ended in the first round. Petrosian, same thing. 6 of his 8 fights have gone under the 2.5. Last time out, both of them fought grapplers in Malkoun and Barajo. Couldn't really get the fight going. Couldn't, do what they do when it comes to finishing. I don't think that's going to be the case here. I think they're going to stand and bang and, brawl till they fall. I think someone's going to go out and we go under the 2.5.
Brawl till they fall is a great line.
Oh, thanks, man. Coined it myself.
I feel like that's like stand and bang, like that's one that they're gonna steal that for sure. Oh, you didn't? Oh, okay.
No. But it is a good one. We'll keep it rolling with the props. Ozdemir Krylov, under 2.5. New York Rick just mentioned it. These guys do not go to many decisions. I know 3 of Krylov's last 5 have gone to a decision. Volkan, 3 of his last 4 have gone to a decision. But I do have good news. Krylov, that is the only 3 times he's ever been to a decision in his career. 34 of his 37 pro fights have gone under the 2.5. Volkan, 16 of his 24 have gone under the 2.5. And then if you look at first round finishes, Krylov, he's had 27 of his 37 end in the first round. Volkan, half of his 24 with 12 first round finishes. I just see this one getting chaotic. That's kind of what Nikita Krylov does. He brings the chaos, and I think it's going to be a brawl till someone does fall. I think this one does end inside the 2.5. Next up, sub props. I cannot hit these to save my life, so tail with caution. But I am going with Caio Barajo by sub plus 550. Muradov swings for the fences, man. He can get wild in there. 17 of his 25 wins are by KO, so he does have that knockout power, but sometimes he can get a little reckless. And if you look at his record, 4 losses by submission. Last time out, GM3 gets the back in round 1, isn't able to finish it. Round 2, gets the back again, gets the hook in, and able to tap him out. And then just going back and watching Barajo's last 2 fights, he goes up against Petrosian, round 1. Body triangle, gets the back, just racking up minutes there. Does the same thing in round 2. Godzi, same exact thing, just backpacks him for the entire rounds 1 and round 2. The only thing that does worry me is that he isn't converting those into submissions, but I'm hoping he's going to have the opportunities here. I think he is going to get the back of Muradov at some point in this fight, and hopefully he's able to get the choke out at plus 550 in a fight that I think he's going to have the chances. I'm willing to ride it, and hopefully we can end the sub-losing streak that we're currently on.
I appreciate your persistence.
We're going to hit one eventually. Knock on wood. Hopefully we're going to hit one eventually. Next up, Sean Brady moneyline. I played this one as soon as it dropped. I have made a habit of losing money on Bilal Muhammad. We'll see if it continues here. I don't think it does. I think this is a tougher stylistic matchup for Bilal than he's had in his last couple fights. Luque, Wonder Boy, mainly strikers, aren't going to present much in the grappling department. Sean Brady presents just that. He's big, he's strong, great wrestling, BJJ black belt. I think he's going to be able to nullify a lot of Bilal's strength. I think it's going to be a super competitive fight, but I think he is going to get this done, edge him out in a close decision. 29-28, remain undefeated. Plus, Philly sports on fire right now. Flyers are 3-0. Philly's up 1-0 in the NLCS. Eagles 6-0. Our boy Brady can't let the city down.
Don't forget about the Union playing tomorrow against Cincinnati in the
Great
MLS,
point. Great
playoffs.
Point.
On a collision course with Montreal, of course, for the Eastern Conference Final.
Obviously, I was going to let you say that so you could
big soccer guy these days. I don't know if you guys know this about me. But.
Yeah, nonstop talk about the World Cup for you.
Love the World Cup. Love Men in Blazers. That's my go-to. Love Men in Blazers. You guys listen? I'm not lying. I can't.
I believe you. I believe you. You talked about it last night.
Yeah. You guys were like, I'm actually. I'm to break the fourth wall. I'm having a real dilemma. Let me ask the people. Like, when the World Cup is going on next month, do we go head to head?
Yes. I would
or
love
do
your
we
opinion.
do we start early? Do we try to avoid? No. Rick is rolling his eyes here.
Emphatic.
Let me tell you something.
No.
That Wednesday, when Canada makes its debut against Belgium, like that's a 2 o'clock. I might as well not have this on my desk if I'm going to go head to head with Canada's first World Cup game since 1986. 1986. You do realize the World Cup is a pretty big deal, right? No. You're correct. Like, this is a pretty important.
I don't know if you know how the internet works, but it's not 1986 anymore, and you can tune into the things you want to tune into, and it doesn't work like that where the whole world is watching one thing.
You think I'm going to watch the game on tape delay?
I get that no. I'm not saying DVR and VOD and all that stuff, which is also something to consider. But yeah, the World Cup is still huge, just not as huge as it was in 1986. There's room for people to be doing other things at the same time. And
I think there's a ton of
crossover.
Got a watch party for the World Cup, it sounds like.
Watch party? That'd be great.
Yeah, why not? Let's just, you know what? Let's just do it. Have the show, but let's just watch the World Cup.
Soccer.com.
Yeah.
Soccerfootball.com. That's like MMA fighting, soccer football.
This is blasphemous. This is blasphemous.
You're not going to watch the World Cup?
I'll watch the World Cup, but that doesn't mean my life stops.
Oh, my life is
Yes, it does.
Yes.
Black Friday, your life stops. You're meeting me and Frank at the bar for USA England before we go to the NFL Championships. I don't want to hear this kid stuff. I don't want to hear this family Thanksgiving. We'll see you on Black Friday.
Very selfish.
Get your
I
scarf,
can't wait.
Get your jersey.
I always loved the first game. The first game I remember a few years ago, Senegal won. Qatar's playing. It's kind of weird that they changed it. They made them go early. It's a lot. There's a lot of. Yes.
What's the commitment here? What are we committing to? Every game?
Yeah,
every game.
I got to watch every game. I have to
every World Cup.
I have to see a portion of every game, even the 5 o'clockers.
Come on, man. This is
I'm going to be betting like a madman.
What do you mean too much?
Listen,
once every 4 years.
I'm off. Listen, I get it. The Olympics, World Cup. There's certain things.
I care about the World Cup way more than the Olympics. Way more.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
The one thing that we're all going to agree on.
Yeah.
I'm trying to. The global games, let's call them.
Sure.
I get it. I understand the appeal, and I think people should watch them. But I think this idea that let's just have a holiday every single day that
every 4 years.
Let's just not work.
That sounds fun, Rick. This is a good idea.
These are actually great ideas.
I agree with you if you run for office.
And by the way,
the world is not stopping.
Historically, it's always during the summer, so people are a little more lax with their, their office hours. So it actually kind of works out. Now it's going to be weird. It's actually going to be really weird because a big part of watching the World Cup is like you're outside, you're here. It's going to be freezing.
Got to cozy up in the USA, the Canada bars.
Qatar really screwed it up for everyone. I'll tell you that much. It's going to be great in 4 years. It's here in America. Well, America, Canada, and Mexico. Did you guys know that?
Yeah.
The finals at MetLife.
That's confirmed.
That I didn't know.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Which I think is a really bad choice for the final. There's so many nicer stadiums than MetLife.
Sure, but it's New York.
I mean, location-wise, though, like just the status.
New Jersey, just for the record.
Yeah.
That actually is true. Great point.
True.
Great point. They should have it at Orchard Park.
That'd be tremendous. No.
If you want to come to New York, come to Orchard Park.
I agree. New York's only team. All right. Did I interrupt you?
No, but I like this break. Let me get my steam back as we get into the main card. You know that I'm going with the Beast. I mean, come on. I've been supporting her last few fights. What's not to like? 4-0 in the UFC. 4.08 striking differential for the numbers people out there, which is just an insane statistic. If she keeps that up, she'll be number 1 in her division. 10 rounds in the UFC, has yet to lose a round on any of the judges' scorecards to this point. She's got the striking. She's got the takedown defense. She's well-rounded. I think she's going to be quicker than Chookagian here. I think she's going to be more aggressive. I think she can mix in the takedowns. We saw Ribas have success against Chookagian with the takedowns in that close split decision. And I just think she outpoints her on the way to a unanimous decision. So I'll be riding with the Beast, Manon Fierro.
Like that one?
Next up, Petr Yan, money line. Took this one as soon as it dropped. Thought I was Mr. Smarty Pants. Got it at minus 275. I said, all right, I beat the lines. Love when I do that. It dropped down to like minus 400. Money is coming in heavy on Sean O'Malley. I now have a bad line. You can get Petr Yan for as good as minus 250 out there. I think he's minus 260 right now on DraftKings Sportsbook. So I was not smart in taking it that long. I mean, with inflation too, the money's been sitting on the bet for a few months. So definitely made a bad choice. But I do think, this is a huge step up for Sean O'Malley. I think Petr Yan is is just a level above him at this point. I'm not sure if he's ready for this test. He's already had a fantastic test last year in Sandhagen against a long, rangy, unique striker in Corey Sandhagen. I feel like he managed that well. I think it could be similar to that fight, though I won't be surprised. I know Cruz hit on, can Sean O'Malley mix in the wrestling? I wouldn't be surprised if Petr Yan shot for a takedown here. He didn't do it in Sterling 2. He didn't do it in the Sandhagen fight, but in the previous 6 fights before that, he landed 16 takedowns, landed at least one in every single fight. We don't really know how Sean O'Malley is going to react if he was taken to the ground and top controlled on. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's an option for Petr Yan. I just think this has Petr Yan 29-28 written all over it. Does the slow starting concern me a little bit? Yes. Am I really not going to feel great if he's like even money after the first round? Then I'll really feel like I made a dumb bet. Yes. But I think at the end of the day, Petr Yan is going to be the one that's getting his hand raised in this matchup.
Bold pick. Don't hate it.
Bold pick, yeah. Let's keep it rolling. Co-main event. Had to put a bet down for this one. Co-main event, UFC 280. I got action on every fight. I'm not going to switch it up with the Bantamweight Championship. Surprised that the line is continuing to move in the favor of Aljamain. I really think that this is a razor-close fight. Everything that Cruz alluded to, the questions that are unanswered. I mean, Dillashaw is the better striker. Aljo is the better grappler. Who is going to be able to have the success? A great stat given out by Jed Meshew on No Bets Barred last night. Dillashaw has a combined time of being on his back that I believe is 88 seconds in the UFC. Don't quote me on that. He could tell you the exact number, but he usually pops right back up when someone takes him down. He's got good takedown defense. Aljo, 2 of 22 on takedowns against Petr Yan. But the thing is, all he needed was those 2. He just needed the 2, and that's why he still has that belt around his shoulder. I'm going to lean that he is going to be able to find some success in the grappling department in this fight. And then in addition to that, TJ Dillashaw, getting close to turning 37. He's fought 1 time in the last 45 months. I think the youth advantage will be there for Aljo. I think he does have the size advantage as well. Razor close fight. If TJ Dillashaw wins this, I will not be shocked at all. He's a fantastic striker. He looks to be in excellent shape. But I had to get a pick down, so I'm going to ride with the champ to get it done.
All right.
All right, we're
now the big one.
We're about getting to the end. I do have to lead into this. I've mentioned it a couple of times. The beautiful people at DraftKings Sportsbook had the lines up. I took this one on December 27th, 2021. Islam Makhachev to be the lightweight champion at the end of 2022 at plus 240. Put 1.75 units down on it. So obviously, financially, I have to cheer for Islam. That is where my money is at. That is where my heart will be at. But I had to get an additional bet down as well. So I took Islam Makhachev to win in rounds 1, 2, or 3 at plus 150. Just despite the lay and pray rep that he kind of gets because of his wrestling base, 7 of his 11 UFC wins have come by finish. I just do not see this one going the distance. I think it's going to get chaotic. I think any fight that Charles Oliveira is involved in gets chaotic. 42 UFC fights for these guys combined. 35 of them have not gone to a decision. Oliveira, I think it's 17 of his last 18 have not gone to a decision. And then 27 of those 42 have ended inside the first round. I'm going to lean that Islam can get the takedowns. Another great point made by Jed Meshew. I keep going back to him on No Bets Barred last night. Oliveira's recent opponents have been scared to go to the ground with him. I don't think Makhachev is going to be scared. I think he'll actually welcome that. And if he gets that top control, that pressure, I will not be surprised if he eventually either ground and pounds Charles to a TKO or is somehow able to lock a submission. I just don't see this one going long. Whoever does win, if Charles makes things chaotic and gets a win himself, I won't be surprised there as well. But I'm going to side with Makhachev. I'm going to double down on the future that I have because why not? And yeah, I'll take Makhachev to win in round 1, 2, or 3.
Oh, yeah.
And then quickly for you, not much explanation, some parlays. I have Muhammad Mokaev. I had Magomed Mustafayev. He's out. And then I have Oliveira Makhachev. Does not go the distance. Then a little prop parlay for you. Muhammad Brady over 1.5. Chukagian Fierro over 1.5. Again, Oliveira Makhachev does not go the distance. I'll be very shocked if it does go. And then Muhammad Brady over 2.5. Chukagian Fierro over 2.5. A lot of props on this one. And then last but not least, our man Shaheen El-Shadi joined No Bets Barred last night and gave us this beauty. I kind of thought of it sort of like an AKA parlay inspired by Javi Mendez joining the show.
Wow.
Coach Khabib. Our man Shaheen Al-Shadi has coined it the father's plan parlay.
Wow.
Abu Nurmagomedov, Zubaira Tukhugov, Islam Makhachev, plus 319.
That's not
father's
bad.
Plan. That's how it does. And
father's plan parlay. Wow, what a brilliant choice on his part.
I mean, brilliant choice. Deeper breakdown. You want to hear it all. We went an hour 45 last night.
Wow.
Look at that. Look at that beautiful mug. Our man, Shaheen Al-Shadi, joined the show. Fantastic show. You know, it's like a little Super Bowl we get this weekend over in Abu Dhabi. Can't wait for it. So tune into that if you want more analysis. But those are my picks. UFC 280. I cannot wait for it.
That is amazing. That is a great breakdown. I keep this. That was one of your best breakdowns.
Oh wow!
But I have to say, I was very anxious throughout because I kept looking at the clock, and I'm worried.
Oh, you're getting
about
nervous
Frank.
for Frank.
Yeah,
I'm being
Connor's
inconsiderate
own
of that.
fault.
Yeah, so I just wanted.
I'm actually sorry.
I was getting super nervous.
This is fine.
I mean, like, let's break it down right now. So, the first act is at 6:30. That
there's
seems
no shot. That's out the window.
unusually
It's gonna be fine.
early.
You should stop.
When is like the cutoff point? Like between the stuff you have to do
I want to be on a
afterwards?
train by 6.
I mean, you got what, 30 questions left?
No,
6
just
questions.
just yeah.
Not that I've been counting.
No.
I mean, this guy is.
One last quick thing. Can I just ask you guys, what is the obsession with Hasbulla?
Oh, it's great.
Has there been any news on that?
No, it's just a lot. Like I see that.
Obsession.
Like there's a lot of tweets from the UFC. Like, what is the obsession?
He's a funny character.
It's
is it a lot? Is it too much? Is it sort of like the BMF title where it's like too much of a good thing isn't a good thing, or am I just being a curmudgeon?
Eventually, I'm going to get burned out. I don't think I'm burned out yet. Anytime I see him on my timeline, it makes my day.
Weird. Like, are they laughing with him?
It's a sight gag thing. It's because he's a little person. They are.
But it's a lot.
But he's got attitude. He's got this
Do they do this with
fiery
anyone
attitude.
else?
and he's got a good personality.
Have they ever done this with anyone else?
I mean, anytime they post the picture where he's standing, he's got the seatbelt on, but he's standing up in the seat, I can't get enough of that.
Yeah.
Do you think it's an Abu Dhabi thing?
This is a global thing.
I deep dived on Javi Mendez's Instagram. And
I mean, he's like a part of the team. But my thing is like, I don't know. It just
you're Hasbulla out. I get it.
I feel like it was Hasbulla out last year. If I'm being honest,
support him.
The thing is it an Abu Dhabi thing? Is it a part of the deal? You know, they get paid to go to these Abu Dhabi shows, and I just wanted to know.
I think so, yeah. Yeah, like him showing up and doing all of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so, for sure.
Well, he's also, on the UFC roster now.
Is that a real thing too? Like, do they pay him? Is he an influencer for them?
I mean, we don't know. There is some kind of deal.
By the way,
get you his fight kit for Hanukkah.
Is it a crazy thought that if Islam wins, he puts the belt on Islam?
Yes, it is.
I think yes.
How does he even reach?
Yeah, Islam goes on his knees.
No. I think Dana gives him the belt, and then he gives the belt to Hasbulla.
What about Hasbulla standing in between them?
Yeah, he'll pick them up like he did last time.
Do you think Hasbulla walks out in his fight gear on Saturday? Do you think he's
with Islam
hoodie?
Oh, God.
With Islam?
Yeah. I mean, like he's got the gear. You can buy it on the UFC store, and
legit.
I'd be lying if I didn't look at it. I had it.
I mean,
yeah. Gold hoodies.
Even
and
just
everything.
this conversation is making me realize that yes, this has way jumped the shark.
It's ridiculous.
Like, it's over.
By the way,
over.
Can I just say something? If Bellator used Hasbulla as much as UFC does, they would get killed for it.
That's
Am I
wrong? A whole different world, though. It's a whole different world.
I get it. There's still appeal. I 100% get it. But yeah, it's once the machine takes it on, it's co-opted, and now it gets less not, cool. The organicness of it is gone.
Like the BMF title.
Yeah. I agree. I'm with you.
All right.
I will, to Connor's point, though, he's got a great personality.
Yeah.
I mean, I have no knock.
An interesting character.
I have nothing against him. No knock on the guy. Yeah. I'm not trying to be a hater. God bless him for making money and becoming this worldwide phenomenon. Yeah. I'm just wondering if they're using him too much. And what is the real reason why they're using him? Is it just because he draws attention? I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, that's pretty much any social media celebrity. It's just to get more eyes on it.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
If you've had too much of it,
when 2 weeks ago Liver King was in an eating contest with Paulo Costa. I mean, this is the world we live in now.
Is Liver King going to become Bellator's
Hasbulla? I mean, I'll say this: I don't know if he has the same sort of charm that Hasbulla has, right?
I can promise you.
Yeah,
he doesn't.
Yeah, that was weird because Liver King was a PFL guy. What is that? What is that? Okay, I feel like you're.
I think he was under exclusive contract.
Okay, all right.
Frank is literally right now.
You just talked about Frank and his out. And
all right. Back to my questions.
Punching walls back here.